Welcome to the tutorial about the configuration of the CAN Listen mode. The CAN Listen mode of the CAN gateway enables the safety controller to receive the process data without being an active CAN open device. It only listens to an existing CAN communication. A typical application is the reception of movement data within a dual-channel architecture. In the example here, the relative position values are received from the motor controller via CAN. To achieve a performance level, a second channel and a cross-check is necessary. Here's the second channel realized by a pair of proximity switches on each wheel that are connected to the HTL inputs. CAN Listen mode and CAN Open communication could be used in parallel. It is not necessary to configure a specific node ID for CAN Listen mode. The node ID is only relevant for CAN Open communication. But the baud rate must always correspond to the target application. If you are not using CAN Open communication, deactivate it. This prevents error messages and error displays on the status LEDs. You must specify the CAN ID for each of the up to 16 instances of the Listen mode. The CAN ID identifies the process data object that is to be received. The CAN ID is the sum of the node ID and a data object number and is therefore unique within the CAN field bus. It is usually defined by the CAN Open Master. In the code sys programming system of a CAN Open Master, for example, you will find the CAN ID displayed on the PDOs page of the respective device. The CAN Listen mode can be used cyclically or acyclically. Cyclical mode is required for the evaluation of process data such as in safety-critical applications, for example, for receiving movement data in a two-channel architecture. If no new CAN message is received within the timeout time, the data available status bit is set to 0. Each CAN object contains 8 bytes for the process data. Dragging and dropping one of the routing templates determines which bytes contain the data to be received. This data appears at the same time in the logic editor in the list of inputs. 3 types of data are now available in the input list. The process data in the previously selected data type, in that example integer 32. The availability status bit, which indicates whether the data objects are received cyclically within the timeout. The timestamp, which is always set when a CAN message is received at the gateway. It is particularly important to minimize latency and jitter effects when motion data is transmitted via CAN. The optimization measures listed should therefore be taken into account.